Hey guys, welcome back to another Switch Up Sports video. Today I'm going to be ranking the top 10 point guards in the NBA. This is all an opinion-based video, so if you disagree, let me know in the comment section down below. By the way, like this video for a shooting guards edition. But let's get into it. Starting with the number 10 spot, I have Kyle Lowry. He's continued to be more and more unproductive. He continues to age. He's been really inconsistent in the playoffs. That's why he's this low. This season, he only averaged 14.2 points, 4.8 rebounds, and a good 18.7 assists. Congratulations to him making the finals, but Kawhi was the one who carried him pretty much. And Kyle Lowry pretty much is a decent regular season player. Was an all-star this year, but he can't produce in the postseason. Moving on to the number 9 spot, I have Jamal Murray, only 23 years old. He's a rising star for the Denver Nuggets. He's producing for them in the playoffs. He really has. He's been playing really good. He's averaging 18.2 points per game, 4.8 assists, which is really good. Not to mention he's only 23, coming in the second seed and almost making it to the Western Conference Finals only one game away. And he continued to show his game there. Alright, for the number 8 spot is Chris Paul. Obviously he'd be much higher but he's continued to decline over the years. He just hasn't been the same player he was. This was New Orleans Chris Paul, and during that year, he'd be number 2 right behind Steve Nash. Sadly, it's 2018. The only way it took him pretty much an MVP James Harden to make it to the Western Conference Finals. This season he's averaging 15.6 points and 8.2 assists. The only reason I rank him higher of Jamal Murray is because of his leadership and pretty much of his veteran mindset. For number 7, we have D'Angelo Russell, rising star for the Brooklyn Nets. He's having a breakout season, becoming an all-star, averaging 21.1 points per game, 1.2 steals, 3.9 rebounds. He's been shooting really good from three-point shooting, 37%. He's pretty much led this Brooklyn Nets team to the 7th seed, where they almost took down the 76ers. Jerry Dudley also helped with that. But yeah, that was D'Angelo Russell. Now, moving down to the 6th spot, that is Ben Simmons. A lot of people think he should be lower because he is not a consistent shooter, or he wasn't consistent in this playoffs. The only consistent player for the team in this playoffs was probably Jimmy Butler, who scored 35 a game to keep him back in it. But one thing that people don't see is that Ben Simmons reminds me of a Magic Johnson. A guy that's super tall, that could play any position on the floor, who has great passing vision. He could pretty much play any position. He plays point guard. Back when they had Markelle Fultz in the rotation, he played small forward and power forward. And with his height, 6'10", he might as well also play center. Alright, moving on to the number 5 spot, we have Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker, free agent, will probably re-sign with the Charlotte Hornets. Has also kept up the pace that he has playing the season. He's averaged 25.6 points, 6 assists on 1.2 steals a game, which is really good stats. I really do think he should leave Charlotte though. Honestly, he should try competing for titles. But I don't know, he's just relentless. Congratulations to Kemba Walker, by the way. For the number 4 spot, Thunder fans, don't get mad at me, it's Russell Westbrook. One-time MVP Russell Westbrook's averaging 22.9 points per game, 10.7 assists, and 1.9 steals a game. Yes, he's averaged 3 triple-doubles in a row, but although he averages so much assists, in my opinion, he's one of the most selfish players in the NBA I've ever seen. Literally, in his MVP season, his team literally did a calculation. The team was better without him. Not to mention, in that game, against the Portland Trailblazers, he missed shot after shot and lost his team the game. Not to mention, Portland Trailblazers Damian Lillard, who we'll get into later, hit a game-winning shot in his teammate's Paul George's face. Moving on to the next spot, we have Kyrie Irving. I kind of also relate him to Russell Westbrook, but it only compares about individual accomplishments over the overall team success. As I know, he hasn't been the leader we were expecting in Boston. That's for sure. This season, he's averaging 23.8 points, 6.9 assists, and 5 rebounds. Yes, we knew he's a good player, but we expected him to at least make it to the second round, and he didn't produce. Moving on to the second player, we have Portland's Damian Lillard. As I said earlier, he hit the game-winning shot against the Thunder. This shows he's clutch. Not to mention, in that series and this postseason in general, the team's been unhealthy without Nurkic and with the Hurt and his Cantor. And when his shots weren't falling, and when his shots weren't falling, unlike in his 50-point game, he was able to lead his team, man. Get his teammates other looks like C.J. McCollum. He had 2 big games to help them beat the Denver Nuggets in the series. And as you were expecting, the number 1 spot goes to Stephen Curry. He continues to wow us in the postseason without Kevin Durant. Many people are starting to say that they're better without him. I believe they're definitely more fun to watch. This season, he's averaging 27.3 points, 5.2 assists, and 5.3 rebounds. He's stacking up championship after championship after championship. He's such a great player. He's a generational talent. This might be crazy, but I can see him being the best point guard of all time. I can see him being better than Magic Johnson. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up my video. These are the top 10 point guards in the NBA. And don't get mad that I didn't include John Wall. He's been inconsistent and has been injured. But other than that, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And follow me on Instagram, @BaronPinsky5. Alright, checking out. Peace.